It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We have something really interesting today. So my man Harry Mack did his first news freestyle on Ari Melber's MSNBC show. And shout out to my man Ty for bringing this to my attention because I probably would have never seen this. And I feel like I know this guy that he's next to, but I'm not familiar with all these like political figures and people because I'm gonna be real with you. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm sorry. I get that I should care about what's going on in our country, stuff like that. And I keep tabs on things that are happening for the most part. But as far as like who it is talking about it, half the time, I don't really care because it's not like they give a shit about us anyway. So anyways, all that aside, let's dive into this. I want to say he explains what he does first, then he freestyles, and I think there's a little interview afterwards, which I will probably try to keep in here. We'll see how it goes, but let's dive in.
So I'm known for freestyle rapping, and that means a few different things to different people. But to me, when I'm freestyling, it means that I'm improvising my lyrics live off the top of the dome. Nothing is pre-planned.
So I like how he said that freestyling means a different thing to different people. And I've said this many times, like when you hear a lot of people on a radio station or something and they call it a freestyle, it's not off of the dome. Like it's not made up on the spot using words or anything like that. It's usually just they have a verse that they wrote to a certain beat. They go on this radio show, they have this verse memorized, and they throw a completely different random beat on, which may even be a different BPM. And in that sense, they might have to mold the verse a little bit as they're rapping it, which is a talent in itself. Or it's the same BPM and it just rolls perfectly easy, but it's something that was just not what they initially wrote it to. So they call it a freestyle for some reason when it comes to like radio shows and shit like that. But what we look at as a freestyle when it comes to Harry Mack is actually making it up right there on the spot, using things around him, words he was given, stuff like that. Like that is a completely different thing. So it gets confusing to like the average person that maybe doesn't watch a lot of like freestyle content, like actual freestyles from people like Harry and stuff, which is why it makes sense to say off the top of the dome, because that is the way I think a lot of people refer to it nowadays. It's just been mixed up a lot, but in all reality, when people go on radio shows and it says freestyle, it's really just a free verse more so than a freestyle. But I guess it fits as well because they might have to, again, switch up their style to the BPM of the beat. Anyways, I'm waffling. Let's just get into this.
Pre-memorized or prepared in any capacity whatsoever. I'm going to be seeing these words for the first time and hopefully coming up with
So the tapes we saw, you didn't know any of that was going to happen. You just
not
freestyle.
at all. Yeah, just live in the moment, you know.
Yeah. Which is so interesting, and we've heard different artists innovate different ways, but this is really at a high intellectual level, a high word level, and so we've got these words.
Yes.
So I'm going to hold them out. Rev and I are going to take turns, and you're just going to a cappella give us new poetry from your mind.
That's the idea. Let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to say 3.
Oh, it's too bad they don't got a beat for him to throw on though.
2, 1.
Y'all know the people soon to see. Yeah, we got presidential immunity. H-Mac, y'all know I came through to make them bear the witness. But no one is immune to my sickness. Because when I start to rip this, y'all know that my flow's the hottest. I should be recording up there in the Oval Office. Hey, yo, Al, let me see the next word from
Trump
my style.
trial.
Hell, the word here is Trump trial. Well, every time I rap, I'm never played for the chump. In fact, I'm putting other rappers on trial like Trump. It's H-Mac, y'all know we gon' overthrow the whackness. Mac's the illest off the dome, that's what the fact is. Hey, yo, hit me with the next word in your stack. When it comes to lyrics, man, y'all know they try to jack. But when I rhyme, I prove I really got a lot of soul. Multiple genres, hip-hop to rock and roll. When I spit, you know I'm throwing them lames down. Sitting next to the manager with James Brown. So I'm never getting played for the punk. Word to James, because y'all know we about to hit them with the funk. Yeah,
Campaign.
I'm doing all these lyrics off my brain. When I rhyme, I be running my campaign. It's H-Mac, y'all know I grip the mic and I kill this. The people really gotta vote Mac to be the illest. Put me in position. Y'all know I can't really trust it. These rappers waste time like filibusters. Yo, this really off the mental, I don't pen it. When it comes to rap, I write the laws like the Senate. Yeah, lyrically Mac came to bomb this. I feel like I be the freestyle Congress. Yo, I grip up on the mic and then I bust this. Shouts to Al Sharpton and others fighting for justice. Yeah, we gotta find a way to reach equality. Yo, when I'm rhyming off the top, I'm speaking on the policies. Come one, come all. I got rhymes that can't compute. My lyrics is really good for your health like fresh fruit. And when I'm spitting, y'all know I'm causing more panic. Fruit from the farmer's market because my bars are organic. Yeah, I'm gonna let my haters know. It tastes like some fresh blueberries from Trader Joe's. Now hold up, wait a minute. Did I really just witness that? The word is funk, but Al, yo, I predicted that. I knew it was coming. They blown away by how hard I went. On the mic, I smoke it up like the parliament.
So that's Al Sharpton. I feel like I probably should have known that. Like the name I'm familiar with, but I don't think that I ever could put a face to it because again, I don't pay attention to a lot of this shit. This is dope though. Like he's doing his thing. I wish that they'd let him throw a beat on, but I guess like they're probably more so worried like potentially rights and stuff. But I feel like there's plenty of people that would have been like, yo, Harry, please use my beat on MSNBC. This would be amazing. Regardless, he's doing his thing, little snapping to kind of, you know, keep little metronome snapping. So I rock with it.
Hey, yo, I'll be the illest, call me the rap smith. These other rappers ain't been paying no taxes. I mean to say, other cats are sure to lose. They ain't been paying taxes, I mean, they ain't paying no dues. Yeah, H-Mag, when I'm on it, I spit until my last breath. All that's guaranteed is taxes and death. Well, one other thing is guaranteed, Mac will make your stage die. Plus, my brain be more intelligent than the AI. And when it comes to bars, no one is as live as him. Is that artificial intelligence or Allen Iverson? Yo, either way, Harry Mack came to ball. It checked the way I grab the mic and holler at them all. Yeah, these other rappers talk, but they don't affect mine. Hey, yo, I heard that you got a direct line to my man. He's got to hear me while ciphering. Yo, Al, can we please hit up Joe Biden? Get him on the phone so that he can hear the freestyle. Yo, when I'm rhyming off the mental, it'll be wild. We never stop. Let me catch that word. Yo, when it comes to kicking lyrics, people know I'm absurd. I'm never gonna cash in. When I be rhyming, I'm flashing. I don't need the jewelries and I don't need the fashion. Cause I blow minds with the lyrical technique. The way I shine, yo, it must be catch rec week. Fashionable flows. Y'all know I'm a blast off. Every time I rhyme, yo, I prove that the Max boss. Yeah, shouts out to Rachel in the building. I'm about to throw it down, staying faithful when I'm illin'. I'm doing what I'm feeling. I'm moving through the stack with ease. When I rap, yo, I do as I please. Yeah, and y'all know they love how I create. This flow be getting heated like presidential debates. Yeah, it's H-Mac, I'm a rep what I'm all about. Any competition in the game, who I'm calling out. Oh yeah, y'all know we out here to spark. Hey yo, I gotta send some love out to Caitlin Clark. When I rhyme off the top, haters getting sent away. Yeah, in the WNBA, I spit it in the freeway. I ain't no punk. I said I go up to the hoop and then I'm getting the dunk. Yeah, all around the planet, the people are gonna see. I should kick a freestyle for Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, someone let me freestyle for all the politicians. Cause when I'm rhyming off the mental, man, they always listen. It's H-Mac, I'm getting it done. Y'all know we having fun, spitting UV rays and shining like the sun.
Yo, I like how we said that. Y'all should let me rap for all the politicians because when I'm coming off the dome, they all will listen. Because a lot of people kind of just have their own straight line of sight of what they want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was a deeper bar than it seems.
Yo, this moment right now for the Mackin' is easy. What you're seeing right now is a rapper on TV. Shouts out to Ari just for bringing me through and giving me this opportunity to do what I do. Yeah, let me see what's going on with all these rap creations. Hey, yo, the money's going higher through inflation. Well, I'm inflating my ego, said I'm inflating my bars. And when I spit, I be inflating your heart. I inflate like a balloon. They about to know soon. I'm getting busy when I come off the top with these tunes. Yeah, I'm the rap around the planet they acknowledge in red and blue states like the Electoral College. Anytime I pop up, I paint the town new colors. And when it comes to lyrics, dog, I do like none other. So vote them in, I'm out here showing them. Once again, I'm repping them. Rhymes while sitting next to the reverend. Me freestyling, dog, that be my dream sport. Harry Mack holds down the law like the Supreme Court. Woo!
Whoa.
Hey, thank you so much.
My God, that is wild. Rav, your reaction.
No, I thought I was a wordsmith. I've never seen anybody do that. He had no idea what we was going to show. Yeah. And he not only did he come with lyrics or words that he came extemporaneously, he never broke rhythm. You know, as somebody that used to roll with James Brown and Michael Jackson, I knew them all. He kept the same rhythm, which means his mind really works. You're unique. I mean, you really are.
Thank you so much.
Because usually you can lose your rhythm and try to catch back up, which throws off your words. He didn't miss a beat.
Thank you so much, man. It means a lot coming from you, sincerely.
It means a lot to me to have heard this. This is great.
Respect. Yeah, no, you didn't miss a beat, and you're clearly thinking of the future while you're in the present.
Yeah.
Can you enlighten us at all about what's happening inside your mind? Because
I love this. When I did my very first Harry Mack reaction, I was wilding, and I was trying to break down and explain exactly what would be going on inside his mind. Because listen, it's been years now since I've freestyled, but I've freestyled a lot myself. And obviously not at the level of Harry, but anybody that does it, it kind of comes from the same place in the way that you try to work through it. And I found it really interesting because seeing him do it at the level that he did it at, I was just like, bro, this shit is not easy. Like, you've got to give this man so much credit. And now, a couple years later, having listened to so many of his different freestyles, it's a cool little path to have been on.
Anyone who just saw that and we said that was all live, one take, off these words you've never seen. What's happening in there?
Yeah, so a big part of it, I mean, you mentioned it. I'm thinking a little bit ahead of where I'm at, not too far ahead, because then I'll get confused about where I am currently. But I'm utilizing this technique called setup punchline. So the way that works is like if I get a word like lighter, right? Rather than just grab the word lighter and then try to think of something that rhymes with lighter after that. So maybe I'd say, yo, I got the lighter and I'm out here getting hyper or something. I try to think of it that way. The technique I use, setup punchline, is the inverse of that. So I see lighter, I save it for later. I say something that rhymes with it first, such as Harry Mack, I'm getting loose in the cypher. Every rhyme I kick is lit just like a lighter.
Yes, and that's exactly the difference between being like a baseline freestyler and starting to level up. And I said this so many different times because when you do that, it allows you to take the word that somebody gave you or the object and turn that into the punchline, which is inevitably going to make it hit that much harder to the people that are watching. This is something that I always thought when I was freestyling years ago, was like if I had a word or something that someone gave me or something I see that I want to go off of, like if I just say the word like, yo, and it's a t-shirt, rappers out here going be hurt. Like it doesn't hit the same as if you say some shit and then ride into like, yo, they're going to be putting me on t-shirts. Like if you get to the point where that's your punchline, the t-shirt line is your punchline and you set it up with something else, it just, the impact is so much greater than when you just say it immediately and then try to find the rhyme for it. It just, because half the time what would normally be the punchline is now going to be a basic line that's just not going to have much to do with, you know, anything really.
When I'm on the beat, y'all know I'm getting love. I wake you up, something like the coffee out your mug. So it's like the target word is coming second. And that's
which is more of a reveal to the listener.
100%. Yeah. And it's cool too because that's the part where the rhyme connects, right? That's the moment where it actually rhymes. So that's an impactful moment. Everyone's kind of focused towards the end of that second line. And so if you can put the the words, for example, that you had on your cards at the end of that second line, it makes for a powerful impact.
Yeah. So Jerry Seinfeld said he never knew he was funny till he started doing stand-up, which was difficult because before that it was like, I hope, maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
And he said that sometimes people were laughing so much he was surprised.
Yeah.
He had the gumption to get up there but wasn't really sure. When did you start to realize, well, this isn't just a party trick or something fun. People really appreciate you for this talent.
Man, it was, I've been freestyling since I was 10 years old.
Okay.
So more than 20 years now. But really, it was in 2016, man, December 2016. I had made a video with my friend of me freestyling, driving down the street. It was for his YouTube channel. I kind of forgot about it, honestly. And he posted it a week later, and that video ended up getting upvoted to #1 on Reddit videos, and it got 100,000 views overnight. And, this was just a video we had made in 20 minutes. And that was such an eye-opening moment for me and such a catalyst for me to kind of get over my fears of putting myself out there and really doing it. But that was the first moment where I realized, like, wow, there's actually a big energy around this. There's an audience for this. And,
we did a reaction to that. That was a fun video. They're just driving around and he's just chilling, having fun. It's cool to see the starting of something getting to the point where it's, it becomes extremely big.
I want to give it my all.
And what you're doing, as I mentioned, is a different type of creativity. So your highest compliment could be an accusation.
Yes.
Instead of amazing voice, it could be, this has to be a trick. These must be what in the industry is sometimes called writtens.
Yes.
Does that ever happen? How do you respond to that?
All the time, man. Yeah, that happens a lot. People will see one of my videos and comment like, oh, they planned that out, In this case, they emailed him all the words ahead of time.
They sent him the words that they called that Sharpton and they had the journalist do the thing.
Exactly.
No, that didn't happen. But you get that.
But like you say, it's a blessing and a curse, because the greatest compliment you could receive as an improviser is that it's so good that people can't believe that it was truly improvised, So I don't get too caught up on that. And at this point, I have so many videos out there in the world of me freestyling in so many different environments and contexts. I feel like the volume speaks to the fact that it is real.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be impossible for us to fake that many freestyles.
Rev, we've been having a conversation about music and culture and civil rights over the years. And I say this respectfully, you predate me. You've been leading that conversation for decades before that.
Right.
What do you think, knowing so many artists and having worked on these issues, what do you think about how hip-hop is so important to a new generation coming up and such a point of unity, because if people do profiling, they might say, well, you don't look like a rapper, which is no different than saying you don't look like a doctor or you don't look like a news anchor. Well, what are you really saying? Something that probably needs to be improved upon. So what do you think about this for the new generation?
I think it's a tremendous testimony to how far we've come, because there was a time, you know, like James Brown was like a father to me, aside from going on the road with him sometimes. And James Brown would tell me stories about how when he started, black artists couldn't even use the dressing rooms in some of the venues they played. He had to get dressed in his tour bus. Wow. And then he went all the way to where, you know, they were center stage in Las Vegas. For me now, I'm looking at him wishing James had seen where you get white kids that can do rap and freestyle like black kids. I mean, the political ramifications is that we're closer together even a divided time. And for us to be in this era where we've got all this rancor, to see him do this, and I know he's authentic because I know he didn't see the cards, and I even switched them up. and to be able to do that, and like I say, with the rhythm, it in of itself is a political statement without being political, small p.
Respect.
It's crazy to think, like he said, there was times where James Brown would go on the road and they would allow him to perform in a venue, but they wouldn't allow him to use the dressing room. So it's like, yeah, because you're black, you can't use the dressing room, but we're going to let you perform for us because we think your music is cool. Like, yo, that's so wild.
I love that. Yeah. In conclusion, what's next for you now that you are finding your audience and people love this? What's going on with you?
Man, we're just continuing to build and grow. I got the opportunity to go on tour and do my first headlining tour a couple years ago. And so the last 2 years, we got to tour in the US and in Europe, which was amazing. So, you know, we'll definitely be getting out and doing more touring, doing more shows. I've been recording music.
At your live shows, because I've seen a lot of your work, but I haven't seen you in concert. Is it all freestyle or is it a mix of things?
It's a little bit of a mix, but it is 95% improvised, which is really fun and unique. Yeah, we found ways to, you know, there's a QR code during my DJ set and people scan it and they can submit words and topics. And I'm seeing those on the visual screen for the first time during the show. So we're bringing people on stage. It's a highly engaging show where I'm really collaborating with the audience to come up with the material live.
Do you have a favorite freestyle that exists sort of in the archive from other artists? You know, we see that on Sway in the Morning. We see on certain radio shows people are doing it. We have, if you go back far enough, you have DMX and Jay-Z and others where people just, that was the fact before you had a camera phone, but somebody had a camera. Yeah. Do any of those throughout the history resonate for you?
Definitely, man. There's a compilation album by the GOAT freestyler from before me, MC Supernatural. It's called The Lost Freestyle Files. And it has a lot of insane freestyles of him on various radio shows and you know, on Sway.
See, this is how you know that Harry's a good dude, because I'm pretty sure, unless he took it back, Super Nat threw shade at Harry Mack. He was not very nice to Harry or about, not to Harry specifically, like they didn't meet, I don't think, but like he didn't say good things about Harry Mack. And Harry continues to hold him up as the GOAT of freestyling before him. I like how he said before him because he knows he's the greatest. But that's how you know he's a good dude, because he could have easily, which a lot of people would have, turned around and been like, yo, you know, he wasn't all that great and just start talking about somebody else. But he still puts him up on a pedestal as one of the best. And that's just, it's cool to see that. Personally, I liked MC Juice better than Super Nat. Super Nat might have went around and did it more so than MC Juice, but I think MC Juice was better. And I think maybe that's because I have like a more battle rap mindset, and MC Juice's style was really more geared towards battling, and I thought it was amazing. But Super Nat did some amazing shit as well.
Show, and there's a battle he did with MC Juice from Chicago. That's one of my favorite recordings of live off the top freestyling that has ever existed.
Well, before I let you out of here, then that's the last piece, is that you're getting controversial. How do you feel about some of these YouTubes where they say so-and-so's freestyle? And it's clearly written.
The thing is, the word freestyle means a lot of different things to different people, and the meaning of the word has actually changed over time. Because my understanding is actually like in the 80s, you know, like Big Daddy Kane era, I think it was Big Daddy Kane who's quoted saying that a freestyle is not an improvised rhyme. it's a written rhyme about no one particular subject, like a lyrical flex, right? Which ironically is what freestyle most often means now. And I think it was at some point in the 90s when freestyle really started to mean you're really improvising and making it up right in the moment. So I don't get too caught up on the, terminology.
Yeah, that's terminology, which becomes jargon.
Exactly.
Because like the Childish Gambino,
Yep.
you know, with Rosenberg
Yep.
is classic.
Yep.
But it seems composed.
Yeah.
Lil Dicky in London, you know, the one.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems composed.
Yeah, and I think most of those are written or memorized, preconceived, and I think most of those artists would admit that if they were asked. I don't necessarily think they're trying to fool people or
That's a good
convince us
distinction.
that they're improvising.
That's an important distinction. That forget the word. They're not there doing what you're doing in line and saying, "Oh, I'm pretending to do that like a magic trick."
Right.
It just means to them sharing something new that's not necessarily the same as what's on wax because it doesn't have a chorus and all that.
Yes, but I will admit it is confusing to a lot of people because I think a lot of people who are just watching these videos in the audience assume that freestyle means improvise, and they don't necessarily have the nuance to differentiate between what is pre-written and what is freestyle. So it's
but it doesn't take away from the fact that you're gifted and some of them may be gifted, but some of them their gifts just emanates from having a script in advance. Sort of like me with a preacher. You have some preachers that preach from a manuscript. Since I started preaching as a kid, I've never used a manuscript.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that both of us can't get our message across.
100%.
But I was sitting there wondering if we ever did a duet with me preaching, you freestyling, we could start a whole new thing.
But that has to happen. That has to happen.
I'll tell you what, you had the president at this year's conference. Maybe next year's conference, you have Harry Mack, yourself, and the president.
Oh,
I'm there. I'm there.
You know?
All we got to do is get the president.
Now, are you okay being in the opening act for a president? You know, that you wouldn't be the headliner.
That's all right. I think that seems fair.
James Brown raised me. We got to close, no matter who it is. We the closer.
Hey, like, you said it, man. You said it.
Our good friend Reverend Al Sharpton, who everybody knows, and for those of you learning, someone you need to know, Harry Mack, talented artist.
Yo, that was cool. All right, I enjoyed this. That I'm gonna be real with you. The interview part went by faster than I had anticipated because I just was interested in seeing what they would ask him, how he responded to it, and stuff like that. Appreciate you guys for stopping in. I know some people are gonna come here just for the freestyle part. I completely understand that. But if you guys did make it this far, as I usually say, and I need to start switching up the fruits, but throw a little pineapple, you know, down below in the comments if you decide to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought about this. This is cool. I like to see him get in front of people that have not heard him before freestyle, and he impresses them. Like this right here, we just did him and Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Like, I like those kind of moments, and I continue to say it, but I'm waiting for the day that he gets in front of Eminem and gets to show that man what he does, because I feel like that's going to be absolutely insane. So take it easy, stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.